This is the voice of the Report of the Week, signing on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Report of the Week, and we are now on the air. Current time is 1:32 a.m. I suppose you could say Monday morning or Sunday night, whatever you want to call it. It is, in fact, Monday, the 26th of May, 2014. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Probably many of you are, listening to this significantly later, than 1:32 a.m. Probably the afternoon or daytime while you're listening to this. So I hope you've been having a good day so far. Or hope you had a good day. Hope all went well. I really do. Today is Memorial Day in the United States. At least the United States. I don't think that's an international holiday, or not international, but with other countries. But I think it's, in this case, just the United States holiday. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But it's Memorial Day today. A day where you have to remember and just remember all the brave men and women who fought and died for the United States in wars over the years. So it's a day, of course, many people consider it the unofficial start of summer and, barbecue and cookout day. But even with that being said, you still have to remember the people who did die for this country. I'm not one of those extremist patriot guys, but I still feel the need to at least express that, and at least maybe to think about that for like a couple seconds, at least to acknowledge what they did. But anyway, I hope all is well on your part. As far as I know, I'm not doing anything today. I don't even think I'm leaving the house today, to tell you the truth. Yesterday, had I suppose, a little family gathering, right? Had the folks over, and had a little barbecue there. Some hamburgers and hot dogs. So I had 2 burgers, right? 2 burgers. Let's look at this. I ate 2 hamburgers with, instead of ketchup, I had some sort of barbecue sauce on them. Let's see what it is. It was some weird type of barbecue sauce, too. I'd never seen it before. Yeah, here it is. It's called Pappy's Not Made in China Barbecue and Dipping Sauce. Yeah, good God. Yeah, I tried 2 burgers, and usually I put ketchup on my burger, so that's just simple. Simple, nothing much. I sprinkle some salt on first, I believe salt enhances the flavor of beef, especially in burgers. So I sprinkled some salt on. Then I tried this. Usually, instead of ketchup, I put this barbecue sauce on. We got this as a gift. It's Pappy's Not Made in China Barbecue and Dipping Sauce. Made in the USA. In parentheses, it says without lead paint. And a big old American flag here. Here's a different sauce. Born in the USA. Splash on steaks, burgers, game, bacon, wrapped scallops, chopped or pulled pork. Uses steak sauce or marinade too. It's from Kentucky, right? So I tried this nationalist barbecue sauce, as you may call it, on my 2 burgers that I had for dinner. And, well, it was made in the USA, so my expectations are already down, since we pretty much produce nothing, let alone food, at least for our consumption. So, it wasn't that good. Could barely taste any of it. So there went that. But I didn't care. I tried it. Suppose you could look it up. So anyway, before I read fan mail and start divulging to various other topics and events and all that good stuff, right? I have a short announcement for you all. So suppose you could consider this a PSA, right? Okay, well, Ladies and gentlemen, if you're familiar with my VORW shows in the past, right? If you're familiar with my VORW shows in the past, when I really vigorously did them, I would always use usually a fan-drawn piece of art as the background for that show. And you could go through and you could see that pretty much for most of my VORW shows, I had fan art, there. Either sketches of me or Microsoft Paint, drawings of me or anything. Really, in a oil on canvas painting. But as more and more VORW shows were made, I quickly exhausted the supply of fan art that I had. Right? So lately I've just been using the boring title card, the simple silver text on a black background. And, it's conservative, it's a nice little background there, and I like it. The only issue is it's kind of dull and boring, And I always like presenting, fan-made art on these shows. I really do. I like to showcase what you guys made. So what do I have to say? Well, I have one of two choices here, and I already know which choice I'm going to go with. I could either A, put up my own art. There's a real couple of winners there. I really have no artistic talent at all, but I have a few pieces of art on my computer, so I could put those up as the background slides. Okay, here's two of here's actually three pieces of my art right here. You could look at it. This one is Tuesday Afternoon Comatose by yours truly. All of these are made in 2014. You could see the color scheme there really illustrates that. This one has a nice variety of greens in it. It's called Wall Street Spiritual. So I thought that's actually my favorite one. And then this one, I think really just symbolizes the title perfectly. No need for an explanation there as to why I named it this. It's The Sinister Gongs by yours truly. Those are just a few of them. I have a few more also. But those are just a few of them. So, I could either put those up as the backgrounds, or what I ask of you, I summon you. I know, there's a few of you guys out there, a few people out there listening to this right now who I'm positive have probably some sort of artistic ability, whatever. Maybe you're an art student, or maybe you're taking classes with art, or maybe it's just a hobby of yours. What I just ask, and I'm not forcing you to do anything here, what I just ask, though, is, if you could draw, even if you can't, then you just want to give it a shot. If you have any free time and you can't really figure out what to do, just try to draw some fan art. I'm really looking for, submissions right now. But if you're just in the mood for drawing anything, just draw some fan art, some Report of the Week fan art. And chances are, as long as it's not extremely vulgar or anything like that, I'll probably feature it on the next VORW show. So you're going to see my crap. So that's just an open notice to anyone and everyone, artistic ability or not. Preferably artistic ability, but if you don't have any, I'll take anything I could get, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, I'll just take whatever I can get, and if you have, if you just don't know what you're gonna do today, or thinking, I got nothing planned, just give it a shot. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Nothing. So just go for it. You have nothing to lose, people, and you have nothing to gain either. What's gonna happen? It's gonna get posted on some video, right? Well, that could be taken numerous ways, I suppose. That could be the greatest honor of your lifetime, right? Or it could simply just be, there it is. But anyway, I'll gladly showcase any submissions I get, so just letting you know there. Fan art is welcome. If you wish to, submit it to me, I suggest you upload it to some sort of image site, and then you could either post it on my subreddit. That's reddit.com/r/the report of the week. I'm actively on that. I check it every day, and so you can just post it there and I'll get it. Or you could simply send me an email, a private message, a personal message, a PM as some call it, via YouTube, and I'll get it there as well. So whatever. Just see what happens, right? Did what I could. 142. Let's read some fan mail. Let's open up today's mailbag and see what's going on. Drinking some water here. And did I tell you about the blue glass, what happened a few days ago? Or it might be a week ago now. One of my precious blue glasses broke. But now I've got 2 replacements there. So that's good. That is good. The blue glasses are saved and their numbers are back up where they're supposed to be. Accidents happen though, So what are you going to do? Anyway, let's read some fan mail. Alright, let's see what's in today's mailbag, ladies and gents. Let's see this. Okay. Your food reviews. Let's make sure that... Okay. Your food reviews. I notice you are focusing on fast food, and I think that's a big mistake. Why don't you go on Yelp and try reviewing the best restaurants in your area? If you stick to the fast food, why don't you focus on the new sandwiches fast food places release? Also, an 8 out of 10 for Wendy's Spicy Chicken Nuggets. Have you ever tried fried chicken from a soul food restaurant? I'd give Wendy's a 5.5 out of 10 in comparison to deliciousness of other restaurants' fried chicken or chicken nuggets. Reconsider your approach. I think you'll be glad for it. Alright, well, I thought about that one. The reason why I do these reviews, and not simply the videos, but the reason why I review the things I do, say these fast food chains or pretty much just chain restaurants, right? Well, why do I do that? Well, I want to review something that pretty much everyone, pretty much everyone, at least in the US and UK and some other, in Europe and preferably the majority of the world, but at least most of the English-speaking countries where viewers are highest. I want to do something that could relate to nearly everyone watching. Say McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King, maybe I'll do that one day. Domino's or Pizza Hut. A big chain restaurant that everyone is familiar with. Why? Because then the review is meaningful. Then, say you have a local Domino's, I reviewed their new pizza. They don't have a new pizza. I'm just giving you a story here, but review their new pizza, right? And now you think, oh, well, the report of the week said that's a decent pizza. I was thinking of, ordering Domino's tomorrow, so let's try this one out. And he said it was good, and let's try this out. So I want to do something that everyone could relate to, pretty much. Now, if I did local establishments, I think it would be a pleasure to do, right? Review a nice steak from a local steakhouse or a local, pizza from a family-owned Italian restaurant, or a sandwich from a local eatery. The only issue, though, is that it wouldn't apply to anyone except individuals maybe within a 20-mile radius, say. And even then, there's plenty of local establishments. Why bother going to this one, right? So that's why they really don't apply to anyone. So, I mean, if anything, if I were to just do local places, I'd just type a paragraph or 2 up on Yelp, and what fun is that, right? I'd still be wearing a suit, though, so don't make any assumptions there. Actually, that was an assumption. I'm always wearing a suit. Speaking of suits, dear Mr. Report of the Week, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for reading out my letter on VORW Show 20. Secondly, like yourself, I am committed to men's fashion, and I am curious to find out where you buy your suits, accessories, and most importantly, what you use in your hair. Do you use pomade, hair gel, wax, etc.? Finally, keep her lit. Regards. I actually replied to this one. Hello. Sorry for the delay in response. I thank you for your kind words, and it was a pleasure to read your letter on the air. Now, as for my suits, I get them from a variety of places. As I'm sure you know, I really don't like modern suits today. so that pretty much removes all massive menswear stores from the picture, at least for now. Recently, I've been buying my suits from online stores, both independent and on sites such as eBay and what have you. Now, one store on eBay that I shop at is this one, http stores.ebay.com/unique fashion line. UNIQUEFASHIONLINE. Unique fashion line. That's an eBay store. I suggest you check out your suits. I'm a fan of them. You can't really find them in stores today at all. I bought one of their suits, so I could assure you that they are quality. And of course, they have a large variety of suits, and I have not purchased any of their Zoot suits. They do sell Zoot suits and outlandish colored garments, but I am a more conservative individual. As for my hair, I use Brylcreem. It's available in many stores, and I find it to work better than most gels or pomades. It has a good hold, good shine, but it leaves hair soft and manageable. Regards, the Report of the Week. Questions for VRW? Hi, Review Bra. Thanks for providing hours of very informative and entertaining reviews and lectures. My first question is for you. Would you ever consider making daily vlogs, whatever they're called, since your My Average Day video was such a hit? My second question is regarding your deleted hotel reviews. Do you still have them? Could you upload them again? Why did you delete them? Godspeed. Thank you for your kind words, my friend. Daily vlogs, I suppose they're called. VLOGS. Okay? Vlogs, vlogs, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. I don't know. These kind of are my daily vlogs, right? Of course, they're more audio, right? But I still surmise and sum up and whatever. I talk about what happened in the day, and I share my thoughts on various topics, and yes, that's that. The Average Day video, new one's coming up June 19th, I believe. I mean, it's pretty much, set and done already, so it's, I'm ready when you are, pretty much. Anyway, the hotel room reviews, that's an astonishing fact that you remember those. I don't know if you were around in the days they were up, but here's a little tangent. Back in 2011, I used to do hotel room reviews, until before I became, pretty much a recluse. I used to be a traveling man, as you could say. And I went out and I enjoyed the world and saw it on various vacations and trips with the folks and all of that. So I was in many a hotel and motel and fancy hotels, cheap hotels, all of that stuff. And I decided, how about I film the rooms and do a little review there. So I actually did do hotel room reviews. I'd say like 4 or 5, 6 maybe, hotel room reviews. I might still have a few of the originals on my computer. If there are, maybe I'll just upload them at some point, eventually. But I took them all down in late 2012 just because I didn't see any need to have them up, and who knows. I ever tell you the story of the elusive energy drink review that just doesn't exist anymore? It was another 2011 video. It was Energy Crisis review number 15. Check through my videos right now. You'll see Energy Crisis review number 14. I'm there wearing the gray vest. And then there's review number 16 where I'm wearing the 3-piece suit. But there's no review number 15. There was at one point. It was a longer video. I remember filming it. I remember I was wearing a navy blue sweater vest and a tie with some green in it, and a blue jacket. And it was a longer video. It was like 15 minutes, but it ceases to exist. And it's gone. It's gone forever. You're never going to see it. I haven't seen it in years. And so there's little things like that nobody knows, but this individual, I already responded to this one. Let's see. Isabella here. I was wondering how you came across your Running on Empty name for your reviews. Have you ever seen the film Running on Empty starring River Phoenix? It is excellent. Not only am I a huge fan of your work, but I'm a huge film fan as well, so it made me wonder. So I'll answer this here also again, just for anyone curious as to how the name Running on Empty did come about for my reviews. Late 2011 was actually when I first started, brainstorming. Yeah, maybe I'm going to start, going over to food, right? Because the amount of energy drinks out there is finite. There's a lot, but it's finite. Food is pretty much unlimited. We all have to eat. You don't have to drink energy drinks unless you have a caffeine addiction like yours truly. Even then, you could drink coffee, the healthier alternative. So, or you could drink like 8 cups of tea like the Brits do. I've tried that. But I always prefer a good cuppa of Joe, as some say. Anyway, so late 2011, started coming up with the idea of doing a food review series. And back then I actually had creative ability. So I just started brainstorming and I wrote down the list of potential names. Running on Empty was one of them. So that's the one I did pick. In my earlier reviews, earlier Running on Empty reviews, I'd always started off also, I'd say, "Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty, food review. Boy am I hungry, it's time to refuel." I don't say that anymore, it was a nice little line to go with it though. But it came out just through brainstorming, a little tacky title there. I've heard of the movie, I believe it's the 1988 film, Running on Empty. I've never seen it. Maybe I'll watch it one day. Maybe I will. I always take people's advice when it comes to films and television shows, and I always at least check it out. The hat. This was pertinent to my latest Energy Crisis review. I died laughing, but seriously, when you wear a fedora, it looks proper and not euphoric. You should keep it up. Thank you, my sir. Badass. Dude, your reviews are awesome. Keep it up. I think the first review I ever saw was a pizza review or something like that. It's pretty awesome, so yeah, don't stop making videos. I won't. Thank you for your comments. Personal inquiry. Dear reviewer, I hope you're faring well as you read this. It could be better, but could be worse. I'm wondering what sort of education you receive. Are you homeschooled or self-educated? If this is too personal inquiry, I understand. I'm just curious. I really skimmed through that simply because I do not answer questions like that on this show. I apologize. P.S. I admire your boldness and style. I wore clothes similar to yours for about a year, but I soon found that it hindered my daily interactions with others. Furthermore, it seemed to make me less approachable. Since then, I've taken to wearing more casual clothes, but I do believe in maintaining a dignified wardrobe. I think it's simply a matter of respecting oneself. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you really, want to wear this type of stuff. I don't have a care in the world. I just dress like this and I go all out. So. And P.S. If you could give a brief shout out to my girlfriend, Lindsay, we would both be extremely excited. We love your videos. Your jokes have brought me to tears on more than one occasion. Oh, certainly. I hereby give an official shout out to Lindsay here. Official shout out from the Report of the Week. It's a pleasure to have you guys along. And I hope you guys are enjoying the reviews and the videos. And, really, thank you for sticking in there. And it's a pleasure to give you guys a shout out. Lindsay, didn't I give Lindsay a shout out in the last show? It's a common name, right? ASDF. Hey man, I can't answer that. I'm sorry. Also, I cannot. Boy, talk about personal inquiries, right? All right. Well, there's today's fan mail. Read up in a nice fast 20 minutes. So have you heard, I'm sure you have, it's been all over the news, it's been pretty much all over the news. It's been on websites, television, even the shortwave websites, television. It's been all over the news. It's been on websites, television, and even shortwave radio, pretty much. It's a horrific event. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Happened Friday night. It was a shooting by an individual named Elliot Rodger in California. He drove around, and pretty much went on a killing spree simply because he couldn't get a girlfriend. And it's an absolutely terrible thing to even read and see what happened here, and it's absolutely horrible. But I'm sure you are all familiar with it, so I'm not going to reiterate the news. I briefly do mention the news every now and then. I really don't like talking about current events, but I sometimes will. I remember talking about the Malaysian Airlines jet many weeks ago. But anyway, what I'm getting at here, this Elliot Rodger guy, he's obviously long dead now. He made YouTube videos in this 140-page manifesto as to why he hates women so much and all this stuff, and explaining why he can't get a girlfriend. I wonder why. Anyway, that's not the point I'm getting at. I don't think this applies to any one of you listening to this, because all of you know better. And those who this would pertain to are too ignorant to listen to this. But as soon as I saw the headline broke, and as soon as I watched this guy's YouTube videos, number one, they were terrible to see. But number two, I immediately realized something. I was in for a true S-storm following this. And that's what I got. Many online communities have, I suppose you could say, not necessarily harassed me, but yes, I suppose it could be in a harassing manner. Have said stuff to me, saying stuff like, oh, this guy's definitely going to be the next Elliot Rodgers. Oh, when's this guy going to snap and go on a killing spree and whatever. And I've had countless people every single day trying to compare me to this insane mass murderer. Not only do I find it insulting, I find it offensive towards myself to be compared to such a degenerate. But such is life, right? I knew from the start, unfortunately, due to my depressing mind, I knew as soon as the story broke, people were going to go on and start trying to compare me to this guy simply because, I might talk the same way as this person, and I might enjoy nature as he does, and that's pretty much the only similarities right there. But still, there they go, trying to compare me to this and saying, oh yeah, when is he going to snap? When is he going to kill people? Oh yeah, since when did Review Bra become aesthetic and go on a killing spree? Or whatever. But what can I say? It was expected. It's just unpleasant to know, how much longer this is going to go on for. To get PMs and messages and links to forum threads and all that stuff. Believe me, it's no fun it's no fun having people associate you to some sort of deranged, misogynist killer. I understand with, as I'm not a ladies' man, as I'm sure you can figure out. I don't have a girlfriend, but if you've noticed, I don't talk about romance at all. It was a philosophy, I forget some famous philosopher, I forget his name. But, his philosophy was to just take life as it comes. And really, I decided many years ago, I'd say over 5, I said, I'm not going to let romance control my life as it does so many other people. I'm not going to get, driven by whatever, and I'm not going to do stupid things because of it. So I pretty much just took it out of my life. And I have established a philosophy. I'm not going to actively, go out and pursue relationships. I take life as it comes, and whatever happens, happens. If I never find company, I suppose you could say. Oh well. And if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. You take life as it comes. What it throws at you, it throws at you. Uh, you know, this guy, on the other hand, thought, well, why can't I get a girlfriend? First off, he was also narcissistic. He was saying, oh, I have good looks, I'm rich, I'm whatever, I'm the ultimate gentleman, right? Didn't he say that? He was so entitled, an individual. He just couldn't figure out why he didn't have a relationship. It's awful, and because of that, I also believe, aside from being deranged and clearly a misogynist, you could try to argue that he's not, but clearly he is. I also believe some sort of maybe mental illness, has a role to play in this. But anyway, it's another whole thing with attitudes also. Where was I? I just take life as it comes. I don't go there sitting and moping and complaining. No, I just live life and focus on other things. And I'm doing just fine. But the online communities can be particularly menacing, and whenever they try to form any tangent, regardless of how small or how large or whatever, they immediately try to make assumptions and say, "Oh, I'm scared of this guy now. He's going to be a killer or whatever." I don't like seeing that. Listen. Truth be told, I couldn't harm a fly. I seriously wouldn't be able to. I couldn't, nor would I want to. It's just awful to see that and see the innumerable amount of people comparing me to this terrible, terrible person. Someone was calling me his successor and all that, and it's awful. But you got to put up with it. These people who, are doing the talking are, they'll forget about it in a week. It's that simple. I'm not saying anything about their intelligence. I might like to get a remark in there. I'm not going to say anything about their intelligence, but they're going to forget about it in a week and not even remember they said anything. There's a good saying that goes out that says, the person who does the insulting never remembers it, but the insulted person never forgets. And that's the truth, but I have to put up with this stuff so much anyway. It doesn't really faze me. It just gave me something to talk about. Yeah. What are you going to do? Right? A little side fact of this guy, this Elliot Rogers fellow. He posted on a number of sites that, let me just first say this. I thought about this, and I realized that there's probably a 75 to 90% chance that this guy, this Elliot Rogers person, unfortunately has actually seen my videos, before his, death. The reason being, he was a regular poster on both the bodybuilding.com MISC and that sex site, purehate.com. Both sites at the time were, my videos were cycling around there. So with that being said, since he was posting on both and my videos were cycling about on both at the same time, chances are he's actually seen or saw some of my videos. And it's just something to think about, at least for me, the producer of this content. To know that this murderer has probably actually seen some of my stuff. But it's really nothing significant, because truly you never know who's watching this. I could have an infamous serial killer right now listening to this audio lecture. You just never know who's listening or who's watching. You just have to have the idea. You have to think, well, it's up on the internet for anyone to watch. That's your decision for posting it up, so you shouldn't care who watches it or what someone does with it. And that's what I have. That's the idea I have. I make these out of my free time. It's I suppose, maybe a hobby of mine to do so, and I enjoy making them. And you got to realize that all sorts of people watch this stuff, good and bad, good and evil. Uh, so really, it's just an insignificant little tidbit of information right there that had me thinking. There's really nothing to think about. 35 minutes in. 2:07 a.m. So, yeah, how's life? How's life going? Going good? Good. That is splendid. I'm silent because I can't think of anything to talk about. Oh, yeah, here we are. Alright, I have something to talk about. I have a suggestion for you. Alright. One of the most common meals that I consume daily is a bagel with butter. Preferably a plain bagel, but occasionally I'll go with the good old New York style everything bagel with butter. Well, today, I didn't even leave the house today, and I unfortunately probably won't be leaving the house tomorrow either, but in my possession was a sack of bagels, okay? A sack of bagels picked up at a local A&P, the same place that the Sunday Rooster was attained as well in that one review. And this I have yet to open it. It was from some bakery. Looks like a local bakery. It says special today, and in the bag is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count them, 6 bagels. So with that being said, you figure, oh well, it was a special. I got 6 bagels for $1.29. What kind of, isn't that an awesome deal? So I have these bagels in my possession now, but they're pretty weird. First off, they're cut into like little slabs. It's weird. Each bagel is cut into fifths. I've never seen that with a bagel before. The bagels are cut in fifths somehow. Horizontally. It's just weird. As if it was like a loaf of bread or something. Secondly, the bagels look burnt. They seem stale, like a day old. I'm still going to eat them. I'm still just going to apply vigorous butter and, get some diabetes for the week. But, 6 bagels for $1.25, even though they're not quality bagels, is still a good deal. You gotta have a certain attitude. You'll either eat anything or you won't. And, I gotta eat. So, there's my meal. So 6 bagels there. Just odd. Just weird. But then you get the good saying, and it's a true one. You get what you pay for, and you didn't pay much for this, so what do you expect to get out of it? That's right. Nothing good. So, that's pretty much it. I say this with every last BORW show. Feel like I bombed out on this one. I truly do. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I feel disappointed. I feel like I could have done better here, but I apologize for letting you down here. I feel that I could have done a better job making this show. So I really do apologize on that. Anyway, that's about all. I hope you at least enjoyed some of this show. I really do. But I'll definitely try better. Anyways, we've got a week of hopefully some reviews coming up. I don't know what I'll be reviewing, but I'll review something for you all. I feel like I'm pumping out a lot of content nowadays. But, it's just a matter of perspective. I could think that I'm pumping out a lot of videos when in reality I'm not at all. So it's just a matter of perception there and perspective. But, we'll get some reviews out for you this week. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed some of the show here. And I hope you enjoy the reviews. Hopefully more than this. that being said, guess I'll see you around later. Take care. Have a good day. This is the Report of the Week, signing off.